I mean, you're not going to show your face or anything. It's just for people to understand. So, Anika, do you want to share your screen?
I'm not in the
Okay. Is anyone in the, Jimmy, are you on your Lenovo? Can you share your screen?
I can do it if you need me to.
Yes, thank you. Let me enable screen sharing. So, Yenalise, you're taking AP Gov today?
Say it again?
Are you taking AP Gov exam today?
I'm assuming.
Is she in the class
I'm
with you?
assuming, yeah.
I don't think so.
All right, can you see,
I
Miss?
think she's
Yes. All right, so
All right,
everybody
what you're
do
gonna do
this.
is click
Yeah.
basically right here, and all of your apps should be downloaded here.
All right, so at this point, you downloaded your AP exam app, correct, Carlos?
I didn't even know I was supposed to be downloading that. What am I downloading?
Cool. Okay, now this is good because we could show people. Go to Google Classroom. So people at home, if you're watching this, first step, download the AP exam app. So yours is a little different because you're taking, you and Jimmy. Okay. All right, sign in with your BPS. Yes, this is exactly what we're doing. Thank you for doing this. We need to take this moment because it's super important that we've done this. Wow, you have a lot of classes. Okay.
AP class, right?
Yep, go to classwork page. And then you're going to go to take digital practice. Nope, lied. I lied. Set up the AP Lang exam using digital app right above it.
Yep.
Okay. And then down below, you should see the slideshow for that. Did I include a slideshow? No.
I don't see one.
All
No.
right, so go back. And Nico found it. So in one of these, go down. Okay, go to download app due Wednesday. Sorry. There it
Yep,
is.
right here.
Okay, awesome. So everyone, he went to download app due Wednesday. He sees the link. He's going to click on that link. And again, this is on the Lenovo Campus Without Walls laptop or another computer you will use on the testing day. So now, guys, help me out to see what he does. Does anyone remember? So scroll down. Someone talk. What did you guys do? Nico, what did you do here? Once he clicked into that link, what is he?
I think you just keep going.
Okay, scroll down.
It's gonna say like download.
Oh yeah. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Download Windows option.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's
And
do
then
that.
If you have a Mac,
If you obviously have a Mac, yep. Once it,
and then you download it, open it
okay,
when it's done, and you sign into your stuff. And then
okay.
when you sign in, you just push the X.
All right, so
So
now
make sure-
Carlos is going to click on the windows in the bottom left of his Lenovo laptop. Oh, it's installing.
Think of it time to install.
And it is important that you do this, like, I need everyone, right, to do this. And then Lenicia, you've done this, right? Yenalise, are you with us here?
No, but I am.
Okay, but you'll do this, right, tonight?
Yeah, when I get my computer, I got you. I just want to pay attention to how to sound.
Yep. We're doing this together because, yeah. It's so exciting. What?
Mine is like already open because of the fact I just finished downloading it. But, like, yeah.
So normally they would go to the bottom left.
Normally they would go in here
Yeah.
into this little tab and then like look. Mine is right here because I recently downloaded it. It's at the top. But since it's like a number thing, it should be at the very top of the Windows tab.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
As long as you have this set up to go to like A to Z, it should be at the top.
Awesome. And I put the whole slideshow together of everything we need to do before your exam to set it up, right? So you sign in using your College Board name and password. If you don't want us to see it, you can stop sharing or, or we'll look away. I don't know. Maybe you should stop sharing. If you don't remember, you would click forgot username or password at the bottom, and so he's gonna do that, and then he'll let us know when he puts it in. In the meantime, what I want to do is give you the location. Let me share my screen, and then Carlos, just let me know when you're in. I will put this in the chat right now. It is on Google Classroom, so for those of you who are watching who are not here today, you would also find it in Google Classroom. Let me show you where. This is the entire digital exam setup. And it's just steps we have to go through to make sure that because we're all in different places on Wednesday, right? We know we have everything set beforehand. Our exam is at noon, right? You have to be ready to go at 11:30 sitting at your computer. But we can't wait to set all this up by then. On Monday, that's the first day they're going to open the actual setup thing, the time, right? We literally cannot do more than what we're doing with Carlos right now until Monday. So Monday in class, it's important, and I will videotape it again for those of you who can't be there, but please try. I know seniors are technically done, but please keep coming back. We will go in and we will do it together. We're going to set it up together. And then that's the last step, right? Until you get to your computer at 11:30. And starting at 11:30, you could begin to open the app again, and it'll just begin the test whether you're there or not. It'll begin it at 12 noon. Okay. Here's the whole slideshow. It's set up AP Lang exam using digital app. And totally, I lied again. Just give me a second. I put so many darn things on this. You know what? Maybe that is it. It's one of these that I put the whole slideshow up, and I don't want to put another post on this thing again because I've been putting so many posts on this. Let me add it for you. It'll be on this post. Okay, set up exam using AP digital app. Okay, Carlos, are you getting in there? So now it's...
Give me a second. I forgot my stuff, and it's
that's
giving me a hassle to get it.
And I think that's where most people are going to be, right? You're going to be like, okay, what is my information? All right. I just located, if you want to refresh your screen, or for those people at home, why do I say at home? We're all at home. It would be this post right here. You see there's the slides right here, and that's these slides. Okay. And I've screenshotted everything from their 4 different websites. It's very confusing. If you'd like to go into the website yourself and not, there it is. I put the links in here for you, but you don't have to click on the links if this is okay for you. Okay. I'm going to change this to Monday. Or you know what? I'm going to say Monday. By Monday, after Carlos sets this up, okay, that's step 1, is getting the app on your Lenovo. Step 2 is by Monday. Practice with example questions in what's called the digital testing part of the app. So you should see, we'll look with Carlos today, but you should see something for digital testing. You're going to get some multiple choice questions, and you're going to get 1 essay. And if you don't do anything else before the exam, please set aside what I assume is an hour and 15 minutes to do this practice. If you do this practice, guaranteed you're going to score higher. I don't want you to take this test cold. Taking it cold means you're not used to the way it looks. This is exactly how it's going to look. It's not the full test. It's an hour and 15. Try to get through it and take that. I can see what you've done on that from my end. I just want you to have the best experience possible. This will give you the best experience possible. Here you'll get to preview what you need to do. The setup, right, we're going to do Monday, the actual setup in the app. The check-in happens at 11:30 next Wednesday, okay? we'll get to go over all these things, like how you work the screen, the tools, the highlighters, the note section, and then we get to complete that practice experience. Super important, okay? This is the same. Any questions so far? All right, so I can't hear you, so say it again. Can you type it in the chat? Because I'm deaf. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, this is the digital test. I said by Friday, I'm going to change it to Monday. I'm not grading how you do. I'm just grading on participation. There's not many questions. Look, there's 9 to 20, but that's a really broad scope, but whatever. That's 9 to 20, right? 5 minutes between the multiple choice and the essay. And then there's one essay. All right, we don't know which one. It could be argument, it could be synthesis, it could be rhetorical analysis. My guess is that it's going to be rhetorical analysis. Fine, okay. If you want to go further, I'm going to take this away. I'm going to say if you want, do the app demo. The app demo is very, very short version, 3 to 5 questions, no essay. Okay? Just a couple different things you can do to get you familiar. That's all it is. This is how you get into the digital practice. So we're going to try to see this on Carlos's computer in a minute. Okay? I believe you enter through the home page of the digital testing app. That's the entry point to everything. It says AP, but whatever. Let's do this. And you should see 2 options. Digital practice of an entire test, okay? Or the shorter version of the app demo. I lied, not entire, but digital practice of multiple choice and 1 essay, which I want you to do by Monday. And then this 15-minute app demo. You don't have to do that app demo, but okay. This exam setup we will do on Monday. We're going to do it 3 days before the exam date. AP Gov students, can you please listen to me right now? Who are my AP Gov students here? Jimmy, Aneka, anybody else? Did Miss Gina, or whatever, Miss Sajida, did she tell you to do this? The exam setup? Did she tell you to do it yesterday? You did it yesterday, right, Jimmy? Say yes or no. Did you? Okay. Did you do it yesterday? All right. I need you to go right now to Miss Whalen. Tell her you did not do it, and tell her ask her what you should do. Miss Whalen's in charge of AP. Say, look, Miss McCarthy. AP class. I was supposed to do it yesterday. What should I do? And then come back. It's important that we do this the day before the test, okay? Because they're saying that I don't know if you can do it later. I can, yeah. You must do this on the computer that you will be testing. Please, if you're coming to school, please bring your Lenovo to school on Monday so that we can do this together we can do the setup together. Because there's a student who may not have done this, and I don't know if that student can take the test. You cannot share that Lenovo. So Ronald, people who share your Lenovo, you cannot share the Lenovo once you've set it up on Monday until the exam is over. Okay? If anyone has an issue with that, please talk with me. And then we'll go over this part on Monday. I'm not gonna get into this. Okay? This is by Monday. Okay. Important. When you do this practice test, right, by Monday, when you do this practice test by Monday, important. Your browser will be locked during the practice and you won't be able to open any internet stuff, okay? Just during the practice. When you do it this weekend, I assume if you could do it this weekend, that would be awesome. Again, an hour 15. You can exit the practice test, but you're going to lose your stuff. So I want you to try to kind of get through it, and then I'll be able to see your responses. Okay? This stuff is just about that. Okay. We're
How do you
doing.
find your username for College Board?
It should say. Does anyone know that answer? You know when you were on the screen that you last left us, it should say email me my password or email me my username. Go back to that page where we just left you with and click on at the very bottom in small print. It should say have a
I
link.
see it.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Is online. Tell me again what your question is. No, it is not an option. It is a requirement if you want an A for term 4. That I was upfront with that. If you want an A for term 4, here's what you have to do. You have to do the digital practice exam through this AP app on your Lenovo. I would like you to do it by Monday, Tuesday at the latest. I don't want you up at all worrying about this test Tuesday night. It's not going to help you. I want everything done by Tuesday. So yeah, Carlos and everyone else, the login to the app is the same info you use to get into AP Classroom. So if you've gone into AP Classroom recently to take the practice essays and stuff and all those multiple choice little things, it'll be the same login as that when you go to set up the app. Okay. Other questions like that. If somebody absolutely has a problem with their Lenovo, I do have extras in class, in my classroom. So just talk with me and we'll figure it out. Please feel free to text me throughout this process. I know it's technology and it's a little funky. The day of the test, please feel free to text me and I will put you in touch with someone. Like if you have an issue with the test, and we'll go over that on Monday. Okay? What you do if you have like issues and stuff.
I'm logged in now.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Carlos is going to return and we're going to see what this looks like. Thank you, Carlos. So he obviously has put in his password and username, same as the AP Classroom. He's going to scroll down.
Scrolling down all the way.
Yep. I mean, if you want to read all this, you can, but
I'll read that on my own time. Seems like a lot.
I don't. It's just like like when you go to sign things, like you're not going to cheat
Yep.
and all that. Okay, and then click next. Okay. Go up to my exams again. Okay. What is 5 days? Okay, so right now it's 7 days, right? So by 5 days, I would like on Monday, we're going to check here. If it's not there, I need to know. Okay. Then go down
I'll
to.
mention it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's important. Go to practice. So here he sees the digital practice is what you all are going to take sometime before Tuesday. I'd like you to do it this weekend, right? That's where I can see what you've done. I'm not grading for how you do. I'm grading that you do it. The app demo is optional. It's 10 minutes. It's not going to be the same full experience. So I want you to have that full experience. Okay. We're not going to do anything more on this. Except on Monday, we'll be back. We're going to set up our own exam. And that's super important. You have to do that by the day before the test. We're going to do it Monday. Thank you to Carlos. Very helpful. Any
I can
questions?
stop sharing.
You what? What?
Can I stop sharing or am I still screen sharing?
Yeah, definitely stop sharing. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for that. Again, this is new for me. And they've never, this is the first year they're doing a full one, I believe. Okay, let me look in the chat. the practices need to be done. I mean, you're taking the test 12 noon on Wednesday. So they have to be done by 11 on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Because at 11:30 you got to sit in front of your computer and wait for it to start. Get your table ready, get your stuff together, get your mind in a zone. So if I were you, I would do it by Tuesday evening. If you're a procrastinator like me, you might be doing it until like 9 a.m. Wednesday, but that's not good for your brain because you're going to be overloaded, okay? So you decide you're going to do the digital practice that we just saw on Carlos's screen. And if you want to A, term 4, you're also going to do one rhetorical analysis essay. We did it in class, but if you weren't in class, do one. Did she figure it out?
Miss Whalen wasn't there, so
No, okay, wait a minute. Hold on, guys.
I was really supposed to
Go to her, but can you please tell her that you didn't do it?
Yeah,
You need,
that's what I'm asking
okay,
her to
and then please text me. I don't have Miss Whalen's number, but we'll figure it out. Did you tell anyone you were looking for her? Okay. So, any questions? Can you please tell me your questions while I try to find this for Anika? And can someone please read the chat?
In the practice test, do we all do all the way through, or do we have the option to online do the multiple choice? I don't understand that.
Yeah, so the multiple choice will come first. At least do the multiple choice, okay? And at least come back after the 5-minute break because I want you to experience what it's going to feel like. It will force you to stop after, so many minutes. It will force you to take a 5-minute break. Do not exit your exam, right? It's going to be just like exam day. And it'll start right after 5 minutes. If you're not at the table after that 5-minute break, you're going to lose time. I want you to experience that. At least do a skeleton, do a thesis, right? Do a thesis, and at least do what I call the mapping, which we're going to do one of today, hopefully. Lenicia, would you do me a huge favor? Could you go up to my classroom, go inside the classroom, go behind my desk, and grab my computer's going to die any second, and grab my charging cord? I mean, if you can run, that would be, I'm just kidding, but it's going to die. No, like run, like quick. What? I can't hear you. No, there's no keys. Coach G is in there proctoring the MCAS. But like my computer's going to die and I'm teaching. Do you mind? Extra credit? Okay, thanks. So what was I saying before? It was important. I felt like it was important. Oh, so I want you to please map out that essay. I'm going to jump into something now called mapping, right? Which is, it's outlining. But I go a little bit further. It's writing the thesis in full. It's writing the topic sentences. And it's knowing, okay, do I want this for evidence? Do I want this for evidence? You've basically then just written your essay. You just have to go in and whether you call it BSing it or, you just have to riff on it, right? That's kind of what writing is. That's the best way I can describe it. Again, we don't know what we're going to write exactly when we go in to write an essay. I don't know. That's the beauty of writing. I don't want you to feel, yes, it's stressful. Just go with it. Just riff on an idea. It's the best way I can describe it. I would like for you to try to set up that essay on the digital practice. If you don't get to actually practice it, fine. But at least write the thesis. If it's a rhetorical analysis essay, I don't know if it is, at least identify 3 RDs, right, as part of your thesis. And that's fine. If you want to do 1 paragraph, fine. I just want you to get a feel for as much as possible. Okay. Any other questions? Because I'm going to move on, right? And hopefully my computer will last for me to move on. I printed out your practice guides. They're in black and white. You can go through and highlight them. I'm mailing them home today after school. I'm hoping you get them by Wednesday. So, I mean, I hope you will. Or, by Tuesday. You really have to have it by Tuesday. If you could check the mail. Do you think you're going to get it by Tuesday? I hope so. If you're in the building, please pick them up. If you have a printer at home, I simply just print it out, the exams. Not the guides, the study guides. Okay. We are going to get into where we were yesterday. So I emailed people who weren't here, but I know that was a while ago. Let's just get into it on our own. It is the mapping for the synthesis essay. And I'm going to share this link with you. For people who are watching this, I'm going to post it on Google Classroom under today's work. I know there's a lot of posts for us, but, there's a lot of posts. So we'll just do the best we can. And I totally wasn't sharing my screen, so I'm going to do that now. And here I'm putting the link to this slide in the chat. Please, I know I'm talking a lot, and I know this is a lot of information, but please stay with me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're in the synthesis mapping, the slide deck. It's in the chat, so. Okay. What was that? Yeah, I do think I'm going deaf. I'm really concerned about my eyesight and my hearing. Okay. All right. So please stay with me. We know that two of the essays, right, are the same. Synthesis is an argument essay. The only difference is that synthesis gives you these 6 sources, okay? I realize what I should have done is printed this slide. I don't have a printer here at school, so unfortunately, you might want to take a picture of this and maybe keep it on your phone. I don't know. But here's just, or read it ahead of time, right? I think this is an important slide. I talked yesterday, I'm an impulsive person. And I think that it helps me when I write because I just jump in and start going. You kind of have to be impulsive when you're doing the synthesis essay. You have to very quickly think of 3 different ways you're going to persuade people for whatever the topic is that they ask you to consider, right? When we had that really hard topic on native plants, and it was tell a country what they should consider when native plants from another country are brought into their country, like invasive native plants. I was like, I don't even know what they're talking about. But then I got to thinking, all right, if someone from Sweden brings in this invasive plant that can poison ivy or something and they bring it into our country, what's going to be my reaction? Well, I'd like to set up some rules about, right? So I'm going to set up some boundaries around what they should or shouldn't do. I'm going to want them to do some testing of the plant. I'm making this up, right? I'm making it up, but that's kind of what I would want if something's coming in that doesn't belong and could take over. All right. Please try to go into your readings before you even read. Please try to have 3 ways that you're going to prove your thesis, just like I did right there. I have no clue about invasive plants, but I'm thinking and I'm attaching it to my own feelings and my own experience. Okay, what would I feel? Bring it home, right to you. If you go into your readings with 3 things in mind that you're reading for, that will allow you to quickly look at the title, look to see what kind of article or picture it is, right? And decide, is that on my side or is that on the opposing side? And let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so stick with me. I'm not gonna read all this, okay? I'm gonna talk about it when I go through a sample. I'm gonna go through one that we did here. Give me a second. This is from 2018. I hope this is it right here. And I'm going to share this with you. This is exactly how the test is going to look. This is the eminent domain prompt. We worked on a variation of this with our 6 things, okay? You're going to get something, this is what it's going to look like, okay? You're going to waste your time if you like think about all this. It says 55 minutes. It says 15 minutes to read and 40 minutes to write. I think you can do 15 minutes. Yes, don't read, please. And this is where I know other teachers would yell at me. I'm telling you how to destroy the test. This is a manipulation game. This is a game. No one can possibly read. I don't care if you go to Harvard. You're not going to be able to read and create a 5-paragraph. No. You are going to grab and go. You're going to skim. You're going to sight read for words that are on your side, right? They represent your stance. What I mean by that is eminent domain harmful or helpful? Well, I don't know a lot about eminent domain, but I'm going to read this very first topic part, this introduction of this topic. Whether it's invasive plants that I have known nothing about, or prison reform, or whatever it is, I'm going to read it to get more information. And I learned that it's when government can come in and take your property if they want to use your property. Okay? They're supposed to offer you money, and a certain amount of money, and that's under the Fifth Amendment right. All right, so I have a stance on that. I think it's harmful, but the other side is that eminent domain is helpful. I don't know how it's helpful, but I'm gonna, as I skim, cite, read, not really reading, looking for my stance, I am gonna come across things that go against my stance of it being harmful. I want one quote, only one, that is a counter argument. I need it to make a rebuttal. In one of your paragraphs, you need one counter. If you do 2 counters, beautiful. But don't worry, you only need one. Okay? You also need to take quotes from 3 sources, not 6, 3. They give you 6. Don't look at all 6. Only dig into the top 3 or the 3 that you feel are you're most comfortable with, okay? And you're just gonna pull statements. The first statement that you find that matches your belief, take it. I don't care if it's the best statement. It doesn't matter. You don't have time for that. You're gonna be impulsive. You're gonna take it. You're gonna be confident. You're gonna use it, okay? The next statement you find in that same source that goes along with your stance, again, that's the one you're going to use. Then you had enough of that source, okay? Then you want to jump to another source that is on your side. And again, try to grab at least one from that second source or 2. All right, you with me on this? In total, you should have 4 to 5 quotes in your entire writing. You should have two sources that are on your side, one source that is a counter argument. Within the 2 sources that are on your side, you should have 2 to 4 quotes within those 2 sources that are on your side, right? Okay, I'm going to show you a visual. I'm mailing it home. I will also take a picture of this and put it online. Please don't freak out. It's going to be helpful. I'm going to go over it with you tomorrow. I'm going to go over this with you tomorrow. I'm not going to do that because I can't even show you on the thing. I've written out the different options for you to put in to your essay for sources, right? I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay, that's tomorrow. But I literally give you options for you to choose from, and I think that'll help. I'm going to practice with you real quick, and then I'm going to either, if we don't finish this now, I'm going to have you do it tomorrow in class. The most important way to practice for these essays is not to write them out in full. The most important way is to skeleton them or map them and just do like thesis, topic, sentence, quotes, right? Okay. So here's our prompt. Don't read this except when it says develop or explain. Okay, we're going to see right here. They always have this. They always have develop your argument and explain, right? So here we go. I'm sorry, no, you're not going to read this. We don't need that. We're going to read this. Synthesize material from at least 3 sources. They're always going to say that. Here we are. That defends, challenges, or qualifies the notion that eminent domain is productive and beneficial. That's all we need. We need that and we need this about the topic. What is this asking you to do when it says defend, challenge, or qualify the notion that eminent domain is productive and beneficial? What are you going to do? Defend, challenge, or qualify the notion that eminent domain is productive and beneficial. What do you do? So Jimmy says, support that it's beneficial, or what? If you're going to challenge it, what do you say? Yeah, you either go against or you go for. If you get a prompt that has this language, that's what you do. Are you for or are you against? Stay with me. I don't think people are with me. You got to be with me on this. It's boring. I'm actually giving you knowledge to help you, okay? Quickly, I'm going to go into this. You're done with the prompt. I'm going to look right at source A. If I believe eminent domain is harmful, okay, I want to find sources that are on my side. The first way I'm going to do that, okay, I'm not reading. Again, I'm going to look at this. This is the government. This is a government document. It's published by the United States Department of Justice. Right away, if I know that I'm fighting against the government, I'm saying eminent domain is harmful. Who does eminent domain? Who puts that into action? The government. The government takes people's houses. What side is this whole source on? My side or against me? Is this a support for my side or is it going to be a counter source? I need people with me. This is against me. This is a counter source because it's a governmental source. So it's so important to figure out who wrote it. Because I don't even have to read this, you guys. All I have to do, if I know ahead of time it is against my position, I am skimming for something that is against my position. Why do I want something that is against my position? I want one quote that is against me for a rebuttal. Is anyone else with me besides Jimmy and Ronald? Okay, I don't know, but Jimmy and Ronald, thank you. But guys, I'm looking at this and it's dense. It's dense. I'm going to skip it. I know I can always go back to it if I can't find a rebuttal somewhere else, but I'm not going to process all. This is too heavy. Skipping that source, too heavy for me. This one, the title is Eminent Domain Often Leaves Broken Communities Behind. Is it against or with me? It's with me. It leaves broken communities behind. I'm going to read the first paragraph for something that I can use that supports that. Someone tell me what they can take into their essay from the first paragraph. It has failed to bring jobs failed to bring jobs. Someone else tell me one thing they were thinking of using from the first paragraph. Anything else? You could take anything you could take this. Weeds and rubble cover 90 acres along the Long Island Sound. What can I write about that? It is not fair for people who live in the community along the Long Island Sound to live among weeds and rubble covering 90 acres, according to Timothy Case in Source B. You don't have to say the whole title. You're just saying Source B when you write. This is where you BS. This is where you riff on it. Yeah, short of homes, lack of ability, destroying communities. Like, take it from the title. And guess what? If I know that this source is on my side, I'm going to skim, read it for another quote. I'm going to take 2 quotes from source. I'm going to rely heavily on source B. Why? It's easy to read, and I can find a lot of stuff. My whole first paragraph can be about destruction of communities. There I go. If I didn't know ahead of time what my whole first paragraph was going to be about, I'm going to steal it from the article. So it's about destruction of communities. I have 2 quotes from source B. I'm done. Move on to paragraph 2. Can one source be used for more than one paragraph? Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You have the option of your first paragraph. If you want to go with steal it from this title, it breaks communities. I can take 2 quotes from source B in 1 paragraph. That is one way to set it up. The other way to set it up is taking 1 source from source B and another support source and saying that they're both connected with the same idea, and that idea supports your position. Both ways, right? A third way to do this is to start with a counter source and rebut it with a support source that supports your position. Those are the 3 ways to write the paragraphs. And that's what I drew out for you, but that's it. So now I know I have 1 paragraph done before I even go to write it. It's done. I'm going to make a little note about, what I just took from that, what I want to write. I'm going to go to source C. I'm going to read the title. How eminent domain abuse harms the poor. Oh my God, this is great. How easy is this essay right now? So guess what? If I don't have an idea in my thesis for paragraph 2, I'm going to put harming poor communities, harming low-income communities, negatively disproportionately affecting low-income communities. I am done with my second paragraph. Why? Well, I'm going to take one of these quotes. Just read the first paragraph. What can I take as a quote, a support quote? Tell me, what would you take? Read it. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Skim. It's not the best quote. This isn't the best. So I might tell myself, yeah, I want something meatier. I'm going to skim it until I find something really provocative. I'm not reading. In fact, I'm looking where it says most of the people. That sounds like it's provocative. This doesn't make sense to me. I'm skipping it, although some people might like this right here. See what I'm doing? I'm not reading. I'm looking for provocative words that support my position, okay? Guess what? This gets into racism. I didn't read this article. I'm literally skimming and I see the word racism. So that could be a whole other point within my paragraph on low-income communities. Yes, Ayan.
I thought you were gonna take the one that says transfer property to private interests often, like that sentence.
Yeah, where is that sentence?
It is the second paragraph. The beginning it says transfer property to private interests after 10 to victimize the poor, racial minorities, and politically weak.
Great. Why are you thinking of that quote?
I feel like because it touches how they're going for people who cannot defend themselves that much, and they have a very weak political.
And you know what? She's going to riff on that in her body paragraph. But if Ronald read that same quote, he might get something else out of it, and he's going to go in that direction. Personally, I skipped that paragraph. I don't know why. It didn't stand out to me. I'm not reading it. And I went over to racism because I saw that word. I went over to the word most of the people displaced. I'm looking at the condemned property. This one would take me in a different direction. This is going to take me into politics and business hurting low-income communities. And I riff on that. So do you see how you can actually grow your paragraphs in a way that you weren't even thinking by taking a look at a single quote that matches yours and deciding what direction I want to go in. Ayan went in that direction. I went in this direction. Okay? Now, I know that if my body one, I use 2 quotes from the same source, I can't do that again. If I've already done that game, I can't do that again. What do I have to do in this paragraph? If the first paragraph I use the same source twice, I've used that up. Now what do I have to do?
Use a new resource.
Yes, I like these. I'll tell you what, I could use 2 of these together in that second paragraph, but I still need to bring in a third. So if you want, stretch that paragraph. Use 2, bring in a third. If I look at my time right now on the essay, and if I only have 12 minutes left, I'm only going to do 2 bodies, and I'm going to make this a really long body, and I'm going to bring in a counter argument and 2 source quotes. You have to make that call. Do you have time left? And how much time do you need to write a third paragraph? You could have a really skimpy third paragraph. That's okay. You can score high. You could have a 2-paragraph essay. On any of these essays, you could still earn college credit. But you have to have the textual evidence. You have to have the argument and all that stuff. Okay? So you make the call. Honestly, if I had 8 minutes left, I would only stick with 2. If I had 12 minutes left, I would try to quickly write this one with 2 different quotes from 2 different sources. And I would quickly write a third paragraph and only do the rebuttal. I would find a counter and quickly do the rebuttal. But here's what's important. That's a lot of work to do to find the counter and put it together and write it in 8 minutes. I would like for you to have that counter quote ready to go and waiting for you to pull so that you don't have to stress about, oh my God, I have to find a counter. I don't even know what that is. I would like for you to, before you begin writing, it would be nice for you to have a counter. I think source quotes are easier to find. Support source quotes are easier to find. So if I know that I want another support source quote, I'm going to go to my other source. This is source D. The title is An Important Tool for Community Revitalization. What side is this on? An important tool for community revitalization. Is this on the side of eminent domain? I don't know yet. Let's say I'm confused. Then let's skim. This neighborhood was developed. It declined over the years. Okay, they looked to the government for help, and now it's a different place because the government replaced decaying housing and junk lots. It is against me. Why is this against me? Guess what? Someone believes that Dudley in Roxbury has junk in the yards and isn't great. This is 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Dudley looks so different now. But guess what? Is it better that it's gentrified or is it worse? You are on the position of do not come into my neighborhood and take stuff down. You are against that if you're against eminent domain. So you're gonna write this as a counter. How do you write this as this convinces me that eminent domain is actually good. My God, it changed this community, and it was. While eminent domain is known to revitalize communities. In fact, the revitalization is destructive to its residents who deserve a place to live where they have lived for generations. I don't know, I made that up, right? So this is a counter. You take one of these. While some say, okay, while this neighborhood, Freetown, was revitalized, quote, or just paraphrase it. You don't need to use a direct quote. You can paraphrase one of these sources. So I have my rebuttal here. I know you have to go, but quickly look at this. I don't do well with charts in a testing environment. It takes me forever to decide what they are. I also am looking at this and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. So skip it. Don't pretend like it's not there. You don't need it. Skip it. I look at the title here, 1 mile equals this amount of money. I don't know what side this is on yet. I need to read it a little bit more, but you know what? I don't. Oh, do I need it? Do I need it? I technically don't need it. I can just work within sources B and, wait, do I need it? I'm confused. No, you can just work with sources B and C as support quotes and source D as a counter. You only need 3 sources, but you need 1 paragraph with 2 different support quotes, one, right, and a counter, and you need 1 paragraph. You could use the same. If you do a 3rd paragraph, it's up to you how you want to work it. You just need somewhere 1 counter, total of 3, 2 supports. Does that make sense? That's how you structure this essay. Tomorrow, you're going to do 2 drills of getting 15 minutes to be a surgeon and just extract like we did. We didn't read. Okay? Yeah. You can look, you got to cut this down. You got to chop it up and you got to make this your own. And that's what we're doing. And you guys are good to go. Okay. It is interesting to read, like Yasmin scoped this one out. You might want to take a look at this. The prompt is here. It's a prompt from a couple years ago. It's interesting to see what other people are writing and mapping out. So we're going to do the argument essay in class Monday because I want to just stick with this for one more day to drill you on how you would extract quotes and set up your thesis and use those sources to help build your thesis if you want, like we did with eminent domain today. Monday, we're going to write out argument. Tuesday, we're just going to get all this stuff in our head and sit with this and have a conversation about how we can think about these differently. If we do not have my class Monday, I don't know what you mean by that. You should come to class Monday, but if whatever, you got to do the essays at home. Oh, yeah, you got to take another AP course. Oh my God, you guys. Yes, then do it at home, right? Look, if you don't have time to write out the 3 essays as practice and do the digital practice, just do the digital practice. However, you're losing the opportunity in a timed environment to feel what that feels like. I just want to say that. But yes, Ayan, question?
Yes, so basically, Miss Whalen said that our last day of regular class is tomorrow.
So here's the deal. That is true. But you have a final exam review is Monday. Your final exam is Tuesday. So you're stuck with me until our AP exam on Wednesday. Because our final exam is the AP exam. So yeah, we're reviewing for it and you're going to take it Tuesday. Okay. I have an attitude with that because, like, you guys, you want a good score on your exam. I'm telling you how to get it. Thank you. Any questions? I know I get passionate, but you guys, like, you got this. You know this. We just need to get it straight in our mind. Okay? I am mailing these home today. If you told me you want one and whatever, I'm going with the address in that Google form. Should you do this tonight? Honestly, what I would do tonight would be either the digital practice on the app. If you don't have an hour and 15 minutes, it's your choice. If you don't want to write out a synthesis essay, I would do one of these slides, right? This slide is almost as good as writing it out, okay? And then if you have 40 minutes, write a rhetorical analysis on AP Classroom or argument on AP Classroom. It's kind of like a buffet, right? You decide what you want to do in the time that you have. If you have an hour and 15 minutes, do the digital exam. If that's going to stress you out, do it Saturday, do it Sunday, okay? If you don't want to be as stressed, do one of these slides on synthesis and do the mapping, the grab and go. If you have 40 minutes, go on to AP Classroom and do a rhetorical analysis or argument essay. If you don't feel like writing, I would push yourself to do this or do a multiple choice on AP Classroom. There's some on there that are 4 minutes long, multiple choice practice tests I have up there, right? But I would like you to focus on the essays, right? If you get a 3 or 4 out of 6 on the essays, if you get 2 4s and a 3 out of 6, which you guys will, you're going to get a 3 if you follow this. You only need 16 out of 45 multiple choice correct. I mean, you guys can do that. You only need 24 multiple choice out of 45 correct to do 2 3s and a 4 out of 6 on an essay, the essay. So come on, I mean, you guys got this. That's college credit right there. Okay, good work. Please text me your questions. Please, it's important to be technologically ready. You know what I mean, okay? Have a great day. Thank you all for being here. And I recorded this. I will post it. Thank you, Carlos, for guiding us through.